Hello and welcome to Queen Talk. Sorry for the delay, but you have just entered the Queen's Court. I'd like to introduce myself and I'd like the other ladies to introduce themselves as well. I am Kelly from Kelly Connections. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, pretty much every social media forum. I'm Kelly Connections. And then I'll let Lady Crystal go second. You can introduce yourself and let them know your handles.
Yes, you can call me Chris. All my handles is Chris Kells _24. Nice to meet you, ladies. Welcome. And gentlemen.
Curse, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey, y'all. It's Curse for Life. Go by Curse on Instagram only. Also have another Instagram, GG Real Talk. TikTok and YouTube, GG Real Talk.
Lady Iris. We can't hear you. Can't hear you.
I said, I'm so sorry. I only have one handle. I guess I'll get more in the future. But right now, it's just Iris Blooms 29 on IG. I'll try to expand and be like, real talk over there.
Okay. Well, thank you. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, whoever is watching, I appreciate you all joining us in the Queen's Court. You know, we had to come correct today. I think someone else has a crown. Does anyone else have a crown? Maybe. Oh, there's another one. Well,
I loaned mine out. So
thank you for joining us. And I did want to make an announcement. We will be having a show every other Thursday, starting from now until the end of the year. So we do have some special
Thursday?
Did I say Thursday? I thought I said Sunday.
You said Thursday. It's okay. Let's try that again. Roll that beautiful.
So we're totally planning on having a show every Sunday evening, every other Sunday evening. My apologies. Does someone else want to say it? I keep saying it wrong.
That's okay. Please join us live every other Sunday. We'll make sure that we have some nice promos to let you know when to join us.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And we have a lot of things coming up for you, but we will definitely keep you informed in advance so you can be sure to join us. Today we have a clip that we're going to play, and then we're going to get initial responses from it, and then we're going to have the ladies chime in based on their specific expertise and give us kind of what they feel about the video. Okay, does anyone have any questions before I start the video? All right, I'm going to go ahead and play it, and then we will start from, so if everyone can mute, then I'll play the video.
It's $700 for this whole table, and it's my birthday. Dre, are you going to let him sit here with a whole table full of women? I really feel like it's not his responsibility, and when y'all get a husband, I'm married. I'm sorry. We're good. Y'all are so embarrassing. Let me get out of here.
Not us splitting checks.
No, I'm not paying for anything.
So that was a clip. This clip has gone viral. So I'd like Curse for Life. Can you give your initial thoughts on the video?
I just feel like it's just really like it's just giving off really dusty energy to be doing something like this. I don't know. Like I get sick of social media sometimes, and I really feel like some people need to be put up old school. You just need to be put up against a wall and just shooken like a child. Not that we should do that to children, but anyway, I digress. What I'm trying to say is, I don't think that you should expect someone to cover all your friends' bill just because you may be dating them, unless that was a conversation that was happened prior to, and he was like, "Hey, it's your birthday, invite your friends out. I'm gonna cover everything." But if you feel like just because he's the only man at the table, that means he has to cover you and all your little possible ratchet friends, he should just be covering everybody's meal, to me is insanity. And I wouldn't do it. That's all I got.
So if somebody were to say that to your man, how would you have handled that? These are your friends, your homegirls, like.
So honestly, my man is a special kind of man. He Knowing him, he probably would cover it, and that wouldn't be a conversation. But most men are not able to do that. Let's be for real. The average man is not making that type of money to be able to cover a $700 bill. So I feel like it's really disrespectful to assume that someone should take care of that just because they're with, unless that conversation was had. If it wasn't had, what are we talking about here? I don't know. So no, that wouldn't happen with me. But
So you would not expect that of your man?
No, I wouldn't expect him to do it. Absolutely not.
What would you say to your friends?
I don't think words will be happening. I think I would have to take my crown off for the moment.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay. So, Lady Iris is actually our etiquette specialist. I'd like you to chime in. I know the video was a little bit shorter than the whole video. So if you wanted to kind of go over what you saw in the full video, and then if you could let us know like proper etiquette wise, like how should that have been handled?
I feel like I should have went first because Grace stole my lines. I'm just kidding. Okay, I did see an extended version of it, and I think what the clip left out is that the only gentleman at the table did offer to pay for the birthday girl, and I thought that was generous enough. He noted that his whole he brought his family out, and he was paying for the birthday girl, so that's at least 3 or 4 people that he's already covering their meal, and just the way that I've seen society kind of play out when you go to certain restaurants. Some people are not just ordering like, the salad. So I'm sure that, his family alone was probably close to half that bill. And now I'm expected to pay the other portion. That's a pretty steep bill if you were not prepared for it. And someone goes on to say like, you can handle it, financially. First of all, I don't think it's important. I don't think it's correct to put somebody's financial status or what they're able to take care of out in the open like that. I thought from the beginning, and some people say this is a skit, so I'll just kind of handle this lightly. Recording a scene like that is just kind of saying that you want this to be highlighted, and at the end of the day, I feel like they kind of embarrassed that gentleman. In a sense, because if social media didn't a lot of people, it's been kind of split, but a lot of people were kind of stepping up saying that they didn't agree with him having to pay that bill. But I feel bad that poor guy was put on the spotlight. So someone else could have taken this and thought, okay, well, this guy, he disrespected these women by not taking care of the bill. So he could have already felt bad about that. I'm glad his wife stood by his side, so he didn't just feel like I'm not only the only guy here, but now I'm expected to pay a bill and I'm being embarrassed, in front of my wife. And I'm being embarrassed in front of social media. This is going viral, and I just think that was an ill taste. It wasn't needed, and I really hope it was a skit so this poor guy wasn't embarrassed for appearing to not be able to cover a bill, whether he had it or not. It shouldn't even have went there. Even if somebody would just whisper to him and just said to him, hey, you invited us to this event. Are you planning to cover it? And giving him a chance quietly to decline or to say, oh, yeah, I plan to cover it. Or, you know what? It's not my budget this week. We don't know what that man has to take care of. It's sad to assume, even if he's a millionaire, we don't understand what his budget looks like, what money is going out and what's coming in. So to assume that he can cover $700 plus tip, I mean, that's a bit much. So I personally, like Curve said, that is exactly what I was going to say also. Those kind of conversations should be had before dinner. Anytime I invite somebody out to dinner with me, it's understood, and I have friends from all walks of life. So culturally, some groups believe in if they invite you out, then they pay. But again, that's a cultural thing. It's understood. Then there's other groups of people that they do believe like everybody should pay for themselves. Or we're a couple, we're going to pay for, we're going to take care of our bill. You guys handle it. Unless someone offers, I don't think it's right to assume that the bill should be covered. I think that's unfair. You're embarrassing yourself, and now you're embarrassing the other person. And sometimes friendships don't recover from these kind of things, you know? And then to start with the whole name calling, I just still feel like it escalated, you know, to a degree. And again, I really do hope it's a skit. If it's a skit, it's funny. But if it wasn't, I do feel bad that this guy was embarrassed. But I do think it's truly important just to have conversations with people. And before you issue out invitations, I think it's important to let people know where you're going. Hey, we're going to this restaurant. This is, I want to, I'll send them the menu. If it's a close friend, I tell them like, hey, you know, it's usually between $50 to $100 a plate, you know, and including tips, so they can budget. So they're not showing up there looking like, oh my God, I can't afford this, you know. Something that might seem like it's feasible to you. Maybe you have a career that pays you well. It might be something that's very daunting. Maybe if it's a single mother, or if it's a mother with a whole bunch of small kids, and the bills. We're all living in a society where the inflation is impacting everybody. So I think it's safe to assume that we should just have healthy conversations before we assume that somebody's going to take care of a bill in the middle of a. Well, I don't want. No one's really said this yet, but inflation is impacting everyone. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, they your friend might think it's Applebee's 2 for $20, and you done you done sent them the address to Ruth Chris. Now she's busting dishes in the back till 11 p.m. trying to make up.
Listen, I don't know where you guys get this mentality, but I absolutely think you should have paid for all of those women. Absolutely.
You're
Like,
lying.
in what world is it okay for a man not to take care of the ladies?
That's your lie face. All those women were not his women, so you're lying. I don't agree with you.
You're telling me that all those big back broke women came and I'm supposed to just let them eat up my husband's dime and I'm supposed to be mad at my friends? Like, what? Eat. What do you mean? Order anything. Get the lamb. Get the steak. Get the filet mignon. My husband will cover it.
Those women were not broke.
I know. I could tell by the way they were dressed, they were not broke. And I don't like how they added the wife. Like they were trying to get the wife to side with them. You're really going to let your man do this? Absolutely. He's my man. I do not expect my man to pay for every single woman here unless it was a conversation had in advance, obviously. But there are circumstances where I do expect the man to step up. Like if we go out to dinner with my mom, I expect you to ask her, hey, is it okay if I cover your meal, or check with her? I absolutely think so. Like my mother, for sure. If it's the birthday girl, yeah, definitely offer. But a bunch of women that have careers, no, absolutely not. If you can't afford it, don't show up. If you can't afford a tip, don't show up. All right. So, but I'd like to hear from the wife. I'd like to hear from the wife. Hello. You're married. So if you were in that situation, your friends are, do you really think you're really gonna side with them?
Right. First of all, I wouldn't have friends like that. I don't even think I would have friends of friends like that. But this video disgusted me because I'm thinking if some women try to disrespect my man at a restaurant outwardly like that, I would have said a lot more than what she said. And I'm a pretty poised, quiet person. But to me, that was highly disrespectful. And I would pose the question to them, if you wanted somebody to pay for you, where's your man? Why is he not here? Don't badger the only good man that's here to support this woman for her birthday party. Number one. Number two, if any of those women have kids of their own and they're raising young men, are they raising these young men to pay for every woman's meal at the table? Because if they are doing that, then they need to, anytime their son goes out, they're like, hey, make sure you pay the woman's meal. And I guarantee you, none of them would want their man to be disrespected like that. They would not raise their sons that way. And statistically speaking, young men are being raised by women. So if you want these type of guys out in the world that are just going to pay all the women's bills and for their meals, then why aren't you raising them this way? Because you don't want your sons to be that man. So why are you looking for that man?
So are you taking your crown off on this one, Queen? Are you taking your
When you
crown
say
off?
take your crown off, I would have like defended my husband to the very end. Like, don't you disrespect my husband. If you didn't establish this before we came out, then there's nothing that needs to be said. If he wants to do it out of the kindness of his heart, and I do have the type of husband that would offer, if he's the only man and there's a bunch of ladies, he would offer. He would do that. But that is not his responsibility. His responsibility is to his wife and his family. And if he didn't offer, there's nothing else to talk about. But yeah, okay. I would just say this. If when women go out on dates, you know the saying, like, men expect things if they're paying for meals and all of that. Women always say it's her body, it's her choice. Correct? So if there's a man there, it's his wallet, it's his choice.
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good.
Took the crown on y'all.
That's good.
And if you want those type of men, then raise your son to be that type of man.
Come on now.
That's good.
It's Sunday and she's preaching.
And since we're on the topic of just, paying for a meal, I saw another clip, and maybe Kelly can share it in the future, that kind of really, it did not sit with me well. And it kind of goes with what Chris was saying, it's his wallet, his choice. But there was a quick interview that took place, and I'm not really one to like get in the chats, but or get in the comments, but it's like something so imbalanced that I feel like it's making people feel pressured into doing something they just feel highly uncomfortable doing. That's concerning to me. And then just the irrational pressure that's being put on people. I think we need to start rewriting how dating and maybe how these situations play out, so people feel a little bit more freedom. But I saw this young man who had taken a lady out with like $150, and she like ordered way too many things on the menu. And the lady who was interviewing this guy was like, "Oh, you were out there dating broke." I'm sorry. You guys let me know. Maybe I've been dating the wrong pool. I don't know. But for me, $150 is a substantial amount to pay for a first date. I mean, I think it's okay to take somebody out for coffee, and get to know them that way. And before you start investing $150 plus in a first date.
You're a first date coffee girl?
Because if I don't really like, let's say you get on the date and you're not really feeling it, I really don't want to sit through a 5-course meal with that person. So coffee's great. Like, okay, it's a vibe. Let's go out again. Or it's not. Let's call it a day. It's been nice meeting you. But $150 and saying that somebody's dating broke is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Okay, go ahead, Kelly. I feel like you have another thought. Go ahead. I'm curious.
I mean, everyone knows how I feel about this. I don't agree with that per se.
So you do think a guy should spend $150 on the first date?
So
the first date?
So this is how I feel.
Okay.
I like to eat a certain way. So, okay.
If I was a guy, I'd take you to McDonald's just because you said that. I would watch the show and I'd drive you to McDonald's.
And you know what?
And
you know what? I would go with you to McDonald's, but I wouldn't eat there.
No.
I'd talk with you while we're there, but I'm not going to eat there. I will. Well, thank you for having this great conversation. And then I'll go to Ruth Chris by myself. No.
Why do we go from McDonald's to Ruth Chris? There's no restaurant in between.
You said McDonald's.
There's no restaurant in between.
Can I take myself to Ruth Chris?
It's like, okay.
Can I clear this up, coffee
lady? Please. Oh my gosh.
If you want to have a date,
I can't.
If you want to have a date and don't include food, that's okay. Let's go for a walk on the beach. Let's go to the park. Let's go look at art at a museum. These are all dates that don't include food. But if we're going to go out for food, do not take me to McDonald's because I don't even eat there on my own. I'm good on kangaroo burgers and the cancer sticks that they sell. I'm not going to eat there. So if I don't eat there, why would I let you take me there to eat? Number one.
Okay.
Kelly says copper
Number
package
two.
for any date except meals.
No,
Copper package for anything but
no,
meals.
I'm saying if you want to plan a cheap date, then make a picnic happen. Make
Okay.
a sandwich, lay a blanket out. We could talk. We could walk on the beach with our shoes off. But don't take me somewhere that I wouldn't go myself. And you say that, but like there are guys, like let's just say I go to Ruth's Chris tomorrow by myself. There are men there that eat at Ruth's Chris. I date those guys. I don't date the McDonald's guys. And that's okay. There are girls who go to McDonald's and there are guys that go to McDonald's that they should date. But don't be a McDonald's dude and try to make me a McDonald's girl. I'm not going. My son the other day was like, "Oh, Mom, can we stop at McDonald's?" No, we're not going to McDonald's. No.
So there's no in between restaurant. It's either Ruth's Chris or go home.
You,
I'm just I
you
said McDonald's. You jumped to Ruth's
That's
Chris.
I have a
That's
question.
she
like
likes
on my
I have a
radar.
question. Can I ask you a question?
Yes, Crystal, please. Chris, please.
If you were on the road in the middle of the night and you were hungry, where would you stop to eat?
I would pack some snacks.
If you were on the road in the middle of the night and your son was hungry, where would you take him?
to Wendy's for a double stack. Don't let them cap y'all. They eat at Wendy's.
You got to be okay with like eating on the go sometimes.
Listen,
Like these 5-star restaurants aren't always open.
no, okay, but you can stop at the 7-Eleven. You can grab a bag of nuts or a bag of chips or something. You do not have to go.
You cannot pack a hot meal and take it with you in the car.
You can. They have canisters for that hot soup. Yes.
Oh, you're so full of Bologna right now.
Okay. Do any of you eat at McDonald's? Any of you?
Their breakfast menus.
I
Okay.
used McDonald's as an idea, like a concept. I was just saying, like, it was more of the $150 thing for me that was concerning.
You can do a lot on a $150 day. You can go to a movie and dinner.
Yeah. Okay.
And pay for parking.
You know what? We're going to break down next Queen Talk. I'm going to break down or give some ideas for poor guys that, like, when I say poor, like, I'm not saying they're poor. I'm sorry. That was poorly worded. That was poorly worded. Please forgive me. What I'm trying to say, I'm saying the poor gentlemen that are feeling this kind of pressure. That's what I'm trying to say. But I'm saying if you're on a budget and they're like, don't date broke. Well, gosh, I think most parents for most generations, unless you were royalty, were dating broke. So I just don't know why in this generation we have some ridiculous standard that like you should be a millionaire before you can date.
Well, I can tell you why. It's social
so
media.
foolish.
A guy picked you up and said, "I'd like to take you out,"
Mm-hmm.
and he drove to McDonald's. How would you respond?
It's not even it's not the McDonald's thing for me. The only reason, like, I was a vegetarian for a long time.
I'm sorry.
I was vegetarian for a long time, so that I would just say, can we pick another? I like Chick-fil-A. I'll go to Chick-fil-A. They have really good salads. It's like the equivalent. The only reason I don't do McDonald's is only for the fact that I don't trust some of their products. But I do like
meat.
I don't like their mystery, but I do like Chick-fil-A. So I'll go get a salad from Chick-fil-A.
Shayna, would you eat at Chick-fil-A?
That's not going to break the bank. That's not going to break the bank.
Chick-fil-A.
But
Yeah,
I think that's an
McDonald's got
adequate.
mystery meat.
But you said McDonald's. I would never eat there.
It was an example. It was an example. It was an example. That's all.
Did you know that when they make their French fries, they only use a certain type of potato, and the type of potato that they use, it can't have any spots on it, so they spray it with a spray while it's growing. That is so.
Are we gonna get pulled off of YouTube for you telling this information?
I don't know, but the spray is so powerful that they cannot go into the housing unit for 6 months, and they have to wash it off after. That's for it not to get the spots or the bugs to get on it. And so it's this powerful poison that kills the bugs and keeps the browning spots on it. So you can have that long potato that gives you the fries that you can't even inhale or you will die.
So for that reason, you don't go.
Yeah, people are just eating the sticks. And on top of that, French fries are known as a carcinogen.
That was literally just an idea.
Can I ask you mothers of sons a question?
Yes.
I like Fresh Kitchen. I like Fresh Kitchen.
Yes, let's go.
So, okay, you're raising young men to be grown men, right? So if they were to be courting, dating, seeing a woman in their young adult life, would you be okay with them dating a woman that only wants to go out to eat $150 meals?
Seriously.
No, I would not be okay with that. But again, it's like people miss that part where I say, if you want to make an inexpensive budget date, you can make a really cool date
So you would encourage your son to be more creative rather
I'll
than
answer the
spending a bunch
question.
of
like do
I'll
it.
answer the question.
Go
I'll
ahead.
answer the question. So for me,
Please.
I would say when it comes to these type of topics, I really think sometimes people get their panties all in a bunch because they really forget that like not all things are the same. Like we're all different and we really need to date according to our standards and what you can get. Some people can get certain things, some people can't. So if you're the type that can get $150 date, then great, good for you. Some other women may only qualify for Applebee's or McDonald's, and that's okay too. You just have to, you got to get in where you fit in love. And I don't think there's anything wrong with either one. You just have to understand what you qualify for, babe. And I don't think we should shoot anybody or be upset or be like, oh my gosh, she's wrong. She's a gold digger. No, she's just a baddie. And this guy knows she's a baddie and he knows what it takes to get this type of woman. And if it's $150 date, great. But for my son, I wouldn't tell him. I would ask him what he wants, and I would be realistic with him. I would be like, this is the world we live in. What do you want? Do you want the homely looking type of woman? Or do you want a bad? And depending on what you want.
I feel like there's the in between.
Oh, so my son's a little bit older.
There's an in between. Wait.
Had these conversations, and he's told me that he does not want to date until he's already making money. He said, "Mom, I want to focus on building my business." He said, "Because after you make your own money," he said, "the women come." But everyone knows beautiful women are attracted to money, and money is attracted to beautiful women. I don't know why people act like that's not a thing. How many extremely successful men have you seen with ugly wives?
Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates.
Isn't one dead and one divorced?
I'm not, listen, again, I'm not talking. I think you guys made this so much grander than it was. I was saying I felt bad that this poor guy was labeled as dating broke because he took a guy out for $150, took a girl out for $150. I just personally didn't agree with the whole title being attached to that being dating broke. I feel like if you spend $150, that is substantial amount for a first date.
I agree.
Just for her meal or both of theirs?
I think it was both of theirs, but from what I hear, she ordered like almost everything on the menu. So
I agree that should have been enough for the first date.
That's enough.
They could have been more creative and gone on a picnic, like Shayna mentioned.
Yes, but the hostess was like, "Oh, you were out there dating broke," and I was like, "That's considered dating broke?" I thought that would be in a generous amount. That's what I'm saying.
For Christmas, honestly, a cute date idea is like, let's go look at the lights. You can drive around the neighborhood. You can go to like in here they have like botanical gardens. The tickets are like $10. You can walk and talk and look at lights. That is a perfectly adequate date. Grab an ice cream cone and lick it while you walk. What is that, $15 out of your pocket? You can have dates where you spend time with each other and you don't have to spend a lot of money. But people aren't creative. Don't go to McDonald's. Do something where you can spend time.
Kelly, I have a question.
Go.
What if you were on a date and a guy did something creative? He's like, oh, I want to...
What?
You're about to say something crazy. If she had to go off screen, it's going to be...
Oh, gosh.
She wants to end this with a zinger.
Oh, boy.
So he's like, I want to do something special.
Oh, boy.
Take out on a picnic date. Everything is nice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, gosh. Okay, spit it. Come on.
Yeah.
While you're getting yourself, I have a question for Chris. Would you go to McDonald's on a date?
She so would. I love Chris.
Drives you there and you.
It depends on the time of day. If it's around breakfast time, I wouldn't really call it a date. I'd be like, let's just go pick up something to eat. I don't mind McDonald's breakfast.
What do you eat there for breakfast?
I like the steak and cheese sandwich, and every now and then the McGriddle.
You know it's not real steak, right?
I know.
So anyway, okay, so Shannon, he's taking you on this. He's taking you on this night. He's taking you on this nice picnic date. He's like, close your eyes. I want to blindfold you and feed you. It is on the.
I wonder where you're going with this.
No. Listen, you should pick up some crack.
And then he's telling you this is from fucking. He's telling you it's from Five Guys.
Listen, you pick up some crackers and some cheese and a bottle of wine and
Let's make him a charcuterie board.
That would be so
A
cute.
charcuterie board full of McDonald's, the nuggets, the fries, the burger, and he's just feeding you blindfolded.
Well,
Okay. Curves, I'm gonna set that up for her one day.
I think it's cheaper to pick up fresh fruit than to get a McDonald's.
No, my whole point is that she wouldn't know the difference. He's like, baby, I bought you this burger, and she's biting. She's like, it's so good. And then she opens her eyes and she sees McDonald's wrappers.
You definitely know you're biting into a McDonald's burger.
Listen, okay. I do have a question. I meant to ask it as an icebreaker in the beginning, but I want to ask it now.
Ridiculous.
You can wrap with this. I feel like this is gonna be fun. Okay, so you wake up in the morning, right? And you realize the Thanos glove is on your hand with all the Infinity Stones.
Oh God.
You now have the ability to do the snap. What do you do? What do you change?
Do we get to choose who we snap away, or do we snap away everybody?
No, the snap can do anything. He just chose to snap people away. You could do anything with the snap.
Oh, you could do anything with the snap. So
Do
I
you
could just
snap or
a
not
bill.
snap? Do you snap or not snap? And if you snap, what are you snapping for?
Oh, I have an answer. I got
Ours
this.
is gonna be the same, Chris. Go ahead.
World peace.
It's not.
That's the perfect queen answer. I already know what Iris is gonna say.
I'm snapping all pedophiles. I'm purging them all. Snap, y'all are gone. Like, I'm talking about castration. I'm talking about necks. I'm talking about everything gone immediately. We're snapping everybody like that. We're snapping murderers. We're snapping anybody who causes the menaces to society. We're just gonna snap off on all them, just to do away with the crimes and stuff. You know what I mean? So we could just live life a little bit more peacefully. You know what I'm saying?
You're setting up the world peace for Chris.
So instead of
I'm gonna have to snap Bill Gates
world
too,
peace, you're gonna snap away people that cause havoc. So you
including.
guys want the same thing. You guys want the
What
same
if they're
I
teenagers
know
and
what
they
I
don't know
know
any
mine.
better?
They need to be snapped because they're gonna do something later. I'm not
that
God.
sounds
I'm
like
not
the
gonna
movie
be
The
nice
Minority
and give you the
Report.
choice to see
Oh.
You can't pick
Yeah.
something that hasn't been done. That's not fair.
Yeah, that was a
No.
movie where they would
It's a movie.
they would see in the future someone's going to commit a crime, and then they would go arrest them before they commit the crime. They
That's
would
not
be having
fair,
done
'cause it
anything,
hasn't happened yet.
but you were
But
going.
it doesn't matter. You were going to.
Oh my gosh.
No,
Okay,
no,
this-
but hold
this
on,
is a
hold on.
whole
Can I
nother
say something?
topic.
Can I say something? This is just a little caveat. This is
Yeah.
they do the same thing when it comes to people who are like talking online to younger people that they shouldn't be talking to. If you agree to meet up and you're actually meeting up with the decoy who was pretending to be that child or whatever, you still get your ASS locked up. You didn't do anything yet, but the fact that you showed up, it's a wrap.
But they were
Same
technically
thing.
still acting it out, or acting or making moves towards it. I know what I
It's
was
the same thing when they try to catch a drug dealer. As long as they're in the middle of the sale, they'll still arrest them.
Yeah, because they were in the midst of it. But may I say what I would snap?
Mhm.
I'd bring Dad back.
Dad back. I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
Mine is selfish. You know, he's a great guy, but
Wait,
I'd
so
bring a
Thanos
lot of
can
people
bring
back.
things back? I thought he could just do away with things. He
No,
could bring-
you can
I
snap
don't know. She said
anything.
it was
You
like
can snap
freaking-
$1 billion into your bank account. You can snap anything. Just
So
think
you only
about
get one thing? You can only snap one thing?
One was reality, one was the soul stone, one was like they had different stones that could do different things.
How many snaps
do you have?
You
How
go
many
back in
snaps?
time.
Yeah.
So you
If I
don't
only have one snap, my one snap will be to get a million more snaps. So I would just keep snapping.
Okay. Okay. Maybe let me paint this picture for you better. I don't know if you remember he snapped, like destroyed one side of his body. Same with the Hulk. When the Hulk snapped, so you can choose to snap, but even Iron Man died when he snapped, remember? So you can choose to snap and change something, or you don't have to snap. You can use one of the stones if you want to. Or you can snap.
by me snapping and bringing someone back or dismissing people, I could die myself.
Yeah, remember Iron Man died? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm not snapping then. I'm just gonna pass my glove on.
That's really like some Uno
someone
type
that
stuff.
is a Marvel fan is gonna call us out for not truly knowing or properly explaining what the snap can do.
You should have started with that.
You don't remember that?
Where is that? He's our resident Marvel person. Somebody's gonna be like, you guys
why didn't you start with that?
Imagine you snapping.
You could have had Zay set us up with the rules.
I thought you remember when
you snapping somebody back.
She said to snap him like a genie, and it's not like that at all.
Imagine you snapping somebody back because you think you're gonna see them, but in return you snap yourself.
That's not funny.
Like, do we just switch places?
That's not funny.
First of all, Iris, you could literally use the time stone, and you could go back in time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't
I'm
have
glad you don't have to snap.
You have the glove. You just
but you specifically said snap.
Yeah, if you wanted to utilize it, you didn't have to.
Then I'm just taking the time stone. I'm not going to snap at all.
I don't need them all. I just need that time stone.
Exactly.
But you can do it. It was a soul stone.
I'm not greedy.
Reality stone.
Yeah, if the option is if I snap, I might accidentally delete myself.
You think I'm gonna make myself turn into Two-Face?
I'm done.
Yeah, because the snap did destroy.
Y'all are hilarious. Well, this has been fun.
That was fun. So I know some people don't eat at McDonald's. Sorry, McDonald's. Step your game up. You know they used to have like a healthy menu too. Like didn't they
did
salad and stuff? Like
I like their parfaits.
But then they were like, whoops, we want you to die faster. So like, we're taking the salads and the parfaits off the menu.
Get off. Be quiet.
I realize they still make money.
I remember there was this guy that liked me one time, and he was like, "Ooh, I love McDonald's parfaits. I love parfaits."
I'm guessing that ended quickly.
I never started.
It literally did. That was the last time she was talking.
Like you can't pronounce perfect. Okay. All right.
Going nowhere. Well, it was a pleasure. Do you ladies have anything else you'd like to close with?
No.
Been
All
fun.
hearts and minds clear. Okay.
No, I'm a queen. Do not take me to McDonald's. I will not go.
His wallet, his choice. Okay. Just remember that, ladies.
That was my
I'm
favorite
telling
line.
you right now, they will make that go viral. Men will go,
Yeah.
hell yeah, because there's so many women.
Yeah, you're
like
so
on the
gonna
other
go.
side, they'll be like, yeah, they'll wear t-shirts, hats. I'm gonna buy her nothing. I won't get her a damn chicken nugget. She can't get a chicken nugget out of me and a Capri Sun. Forget
Just
about
be
it.
a queen, and he will choose right.
And guys, just to know, it's not that you shouldn't have nice dates, but I do think that's something that should come like after you're like, okay, I want to invest in this woman. I'm really falling for her. You know, I feel like that is when you start, you know, breaking out his wallet, his choice. Because first I just think you should see, are you compatible? And I don't think $150 should be forked out for that.
Yeah, I think guys do the let's get a drink, coffee date, because they're not sure if they're going to like you, right?
Exactly. And I don't know if I'm going to like them.
So here's I guess the issue is with me in particular, is guys usually end up liking me, but they've booked a coffee date. So how long is a coffee date? Like no more than an hour, right?
Stop. Stop.
No, this is what's always happened. We're going to coffee date,
Stop.
and after they're enjoying the
Never finished
conversation, and they're like, do you wanna go see a movie? Did you want to go take a walk? Did you want to go to? They always want to extend the date. It's like next time I booked for coffee. Next time book for a longer period of time.
Why do guys that like you sound like Chad? Why do they all sound like Chad?
I
You
don't
want to
know.
go to the movies? Like,
Chad's
I'm
like
just
me.
curious.
She said they're all gonna love me, so like off rip, they should already
Listen,
be thinking.
I've
like,
had a guy book a lunch. He was like, I enjoyed this much. Can we do dinner? I'm like, I have plans later.
Your time is up.
She's
Sorry.
like, honestly, you don't even have to decide.
His
You
wallet,
just-
his choice. So his time is cut off.
You booked me for this long, and that's it.
That's it. You asked for coffee, so that's all you get. You think you're gonna get like a little walkie walk on the side? Absolutely not. You should have booked at Burns, and maybe you would have got a little bit of extra.
At
You
that point,
would've
I
got a
am
little-
like my time. I'm gonna give you the time you allotted for, which was a coffee.
But
date.
I just want to let y'all know, for the men who might be a little on the pinch and penny side. If you are gonna go for Kelly combos, she likes Wendy's. Okay, she'll settle.
It's Chick-fil-A or nothing.
Oh, if she likes the chili at Wendy's, she'll get that.
No.
She'll
If
get
you
chili.
want to go like low end, Chick-fil-A, I like tropical smoothie.
Taco Bell, don't lie. You know you like Taco Bell.
When I was younger, I used to go for Taco Bell. Now it doesn't sit well on
She'll
the
go
body.
for that value menu. Don't let her play with you.
And you know what? Curse in the car.
I don't know why you're messing with her curse.
Car. That's the thing.
What did you say?
I said Curse will take a sit in the car. We
I don't get it.
Just come out and sit in the car. That's the day you so.
Okay.
Okay, that's a wrap. Let's go. Let's close this. Let's shut it down. Thank you all so much for joining Queen Talk, and I appreciate you for entering the Queen's Court. We had a little fun today, and no disrespect to McDonald's, it's just not Kelly's favorite place. But obviously, there are other people on the panel that like it. So hope you guys have a lovely Sunday, a beautiful week, and we truly pray and hope that your week is prosperous, successful, and that you truly, truly know your worth and your value. All right.
Amen.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll be here every other Sunday. So definitely check us out live. Comment, and yeah, we have fun.
And if there's some topics you want us to discuss, let us know.
Please, that would be fun. All right, bye everyone.
Bye.
Oh boy.